The Dana Open began 40 years ago as the Jamie Farr Toledo Classic. In that era, it was commonplace to have a celebrity host. Dinah Shore, Bing Crosby, Bob Hope all hosted golf tournaments. Tournament director Judd Silverman enlisted the help of local businessman Don Michael to persuade actor and Toledo native Jamie Farr to host the event. Now, we recently visited with Farr in his Southern California home. Now, 90 years old, he looks back on those early days.
When I got the call from Don, I said, well, Don, I said, I just took up the game and that, and he said, no, we'd love to have you as the host of the show. I've talked to Judd and that, and I said, well, I guess it's okay. I said, I'm not that good a golfer, you know. I'm not, somebody that you would be proud of to have swinging the club. And I said, but it sounds great. I'd love to go. So that first year I went there, and it was so exciting for me, and also to be back in my hometown and seeing everybody and meeting Judd and his wife Lisa, and of course Mr. and Mrs. Metzger, you know. But just to be among all my friends and people that were familiar with all the areas, and also for the charities. Don had the Ronald McDonald House, and of course then they decided to make the wheel go around in the city, which made me quite happy. That because as a kid, you grow up. I didn't know anything about golf. First of all, I couldn't afford it, and then I read about it in the newspaper. Of course, Inverness always had the great golfers there, the male golfers, and then of course now to have a golf tournament with me as a host of it, and then seeing all the ladies that I had befriended at the Dinah Shore, all of us being there together. It was so very, very exciting, and I'm so proud and happy that it still exists.
You mentioned Nancy Lopez, meeting her at the Dinah Shore.
Yeah.
She was in contention that very first Jamie Farr Toledo Classic. To have a big name like Nancy Lopez on the back nine in contention, that gave that tournament immediate gravitas.
I do believe that. I got a wonderful birthday gift, a phone call from Nancy in Toledo. She was with Judd, and I said, it's such a wonderful, wonderful gift to hear your voice and to talk to you. And I said, I still remember we used to have the golf tournament Pro-Am on my birthday, and I was ready to tee off with some of my buddies at the Pro-Am, and Nancy, I think Dottie, I'm trying to remember every Beth, I think, came out, and they sprayed the golf ball that I had and stuck a lighted candle in it, sprayed it with whipping cream and that, and they had to hit the heat shot. I told Nancy, I said, it was probably the best drive I ever made. you all infected the golf ball, so it was a good shot.
Yeah, Dottie was just back in town a few weeks ago, and of course her father
played for the Mud Hens. Yes, you bet. Oh, I used to have great times with Dottie and Julie Inkster and Beth, Daniel, and Nancy, and that. It was really camaraderie time, and for them to adopt me the way they did and to be part of their friendship has been just absolutely amazing.
I think that's what has made this golf tournament so special. Is for 40 years, it hasn't been just about golf. It's been about the friendships built, and so many of the LPGA players, one of their first stops was in Toledo.
Indeed it was. Sherry Pak, of course, won my tournament 5 times, and I was more famous in Korea not for being on the series MASH, but for being somebody who gave out the prize money on Sunday to a Korean lady golfer, It was just amazing. I have a wonderful picture of her in the other room with Sherry and me. It was a family affair. And again, everybody would come to Toledo, and the restaurants would be busy. And of course, all the celebrities that I brought for the big, I used Dinah Shore's. She had the big show the night before. Of course, she had, Perry Como and everything. But hers was a 500-seat kind of dinner and everything else, sit-down dinner. Ours was 1,000. It was so much fun. It was like coming home. Everybody, the whole city got together. It was a family, and it was so exciting. Going to the restaurants, and gosh, I have such great memories of that. That's what, somebody once said, what's your greatest treasure in life? And I said, my parents and that thing. They said, well, this man said he was a Shinto Buddhist, and he said, yes, that's very good, but the greatest memories are your greatest treasure, because those are the only thing you take with you when you leave the earth. So, and indeed, the memories are